Hey guys, and welcome back to another Boomerang Month episode, or let's just say video of some sorts. Today on why someone is special character. Well, today we're gonna be talking about why is flimflam special. Who is flimflam, you may ask? Flimflam is a character from the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, introduced in the first episode. This character has been hated mostly upon anything. They say he is worse than Scrappy-Doo. And what do I think about this character? Well, I think they are wrong. Sorry, I don't want to say this, but if you have a specific opinion about this character, that's fine. If you think he's bad, that's fine. I just want to tell you my own opinion about this character and what I think he deserves to be special. Anyway, flimflam is a character who was really made for the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. This show was meant to be a show where they first discovered real threats the very first time. Most of the villains that were come across in Scooby-Doo were mostly fake. They were people in disguise. People in costumes that were not real ghosts or real creatures of any kind. But in 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, they were real ghosts and a real threat. That's why characters like Velma and Fred could not be used in this particular instance. I mean, Shaggy and Scooby could still be the comic reliefs. Daphne could still be the damsel in distress with using real monsters. And, well, Fred and Velma, they can't be used here. Because, unfortunately, the ghosts are real. And, well, let's look at their characters. Velma is a character who is very smart, very educated. She could definitely use her intellect and smarts to outsmart the villain and find out who the real culprit is. Fred uses his traps to get the villain and also figures out as well. I mean, sure, he traps things, he's the leader, he knows exactly what to do, but without the context of knowing that it's a criminal, he's kind of just lost and kind of feels a little bit out of place with the traps. These traps are all about capturing the villain. But outside of that, what can he do? These are ghosts. He cannot do what he has to do. This show, 13 Scooby-Doo, is way more serious setting than any other Scooby-Doo show you've ever seen. So with that in mind, this is a way more urgent to not have these characters in here because of the way they're trying to portray the audience. These are real ghosts. They cannot be trapped. They cannot be outsmarted. They have to be caught in a demon chest. And the only way for them to do that is that they have new characters, like Scrappy, who can be tough and try to outsmart the villain in his own charisma and brave way possible. And Flimflam, who can trick the ghosts into doing elaborate things and to getting into the chest. We need a character like him in this particular show. We cannot have Fred or Velma because they would not work in this setting. We need these two characters. Flimflam works in this case because of how he interacts with the characters and how he works and gets the ghosts. Now, what does Flimflam do exactly? How does he contribute to the group and the gang? Well, I'm about to tell you right now. Flimflam, let's start in the beginning. He appeared in the first episode of the show, where he was an orphaned boy who would be a con artist and sell different things to people. And of course, this would end in failure for him, with getting chased by an angry mob or something. You see, his product would fail in progress, and he just does what he has to do to work. He tricks people into getting things that they don't really need, and it ends up failing in the process at times. But after this instance, he runs into the Scooby-Doo gang, Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne. When they went into him and they go into an evil chest, they were greeted by Viston Van Ghoul, Well, actually, no. Flimflam actually introduced the Invisible Man Ghoul after this whole problem happens, because he is actually friends with him, which leads them to him and telling them all about the chest. So, there is some history between Flimflam and Vincent Van Ghoul. So, in a way, he kind of helps his way out of there by having a character who is kind of instant in contact to Vincent Van Ghoul. He also has a glow in him that he holds on to, so in a way, Flimflam kind of is a friend of his, and it's good to have a character like that to have you around with the gang, just so you know about Vincent Van Ghoul. Questions about him, it's mysterious. But you have him to help you through it, in a way. So, what does Flimflam's contribute? Well, in the show, he definitely helps out the gang by giving them a few ideas and tricks to help stop the ghosts. Disguises, props, and items, ideas that came from his head to help out. Sometimes this ends in failure, and sometimes it ends in root, in perfect. When it works in a comedy skit way, where he works good with Scrappy and Scooby. Scooby and Shaggy always have this method of outsmarting the villain by dressing up as a character or something to trick them into thinking that they're getting something out of what they're doing, to stop them in their chase or to stop them in their tracks. This works well with Shaggy and Scooby, but getting these characters like Scrappy and Flimflam into the act really helps out a punch. What do I mean by that? Well, Flimflam is in charge of disguising the characters and also fooling them. So he's in charge of all that. So given the context of that, he's able to help out and aid Scrappy Scooby into these methods and different ways of getting the villain. He helps them in knowing that he will stop them in that particular tricking instance. So in a way, he helps them out in a great way possible, enhancing what they have to do to trick the into the ghosts. And then other times when he's trying to help the gang, it ends in failure. What do I mean by this? Well, sometimes he gives his own ideas out. And when he does, they always say that it's gonna fail. And it does sometimes. But it's trial and error for Flimflam. It's not like he's doing it on purpose or that he has bad luck or a jinx or anything. It's just how he works in life. I wonder if they were more accepting of his mind and his smartness, they could use him more often in some situations. But for where it stands, it's just the way it comes for him. And he definitely works well with Scrappy, as being the kids that they're the same age as each other, as well. Flimflam has a lot of charisma and a lot of fun as a character. You could definitely use him in any setting and he'd work. His character is based on Short Round, where he would be a kid tricking adults into certain things. With that in mind, Flimflam is a very creative character in that he would be used in certain methods to get the thing he wants. So, in a way, Flimflam is a character who definitely has a lot of charisma, fun, and a lot of great way of bringing a character out of things. He definitely has a fun character to look into. And to be honest, he works great with the crew as well, especially in this setting. I wouldn't mind having him only in one show and that would be it for him. And that's usually what the case is for Hanna-Barbera for him. He was just in one trick in that one show and that was pretty much it for him. And I'm glad they went that far with him, because it could have ended up like Scrappy-Doo over here. But still, Flimflam, on the other hand, is not bad at all. He's actually a pretty fun character, I think. And if you give the time, you may see that he is definitely deeper than meets the eye. With the fact that he definitely can help contribute to Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy. With their tricking charisma, tricking the ghosts, he definitely finds a way to trick all the ghosts into getting into the box with definitely a thing to offer. Items. Money. And that is the way Flimflam works. He gets you to buy something you don't want, and that's how he captures the ghosts. In a good way, he could definitely be a helpful addition to the Scooby-Doo gang. And that is why Flimflam is very special. I hope you enjoyed this video of explaining Flimflam and how special he is. If you like this video, give a like and comment below about what you think about Flim Flam. And I'll see you next time. Bye!